I am Kodili-nye. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your time zone. We are going to discuss about several developing things, and as part of Christmas season, we are going to discuss what people in the homeland should be thinking about. And because 2024 is almost on the horizon, it's just near the corner, so we has to be talking about what to do to get the homeland working again. I am Kodili-nye. New subscribers, you are welcome to the family, and the returning subscribers, you are highly welcome back. And old subscribers, thank you for all your support. I do appreciate all that you have been doing and what you have been, how you've been supporting us. I'm so glad you are always there for us. And if you are going to watch this, remember to subscribe to this channel. Remember to subscribe. Remember to turn on the notification button. Remember to comment. So we are discussing about changing the narrative in Igbo land. Changing the narrative. The economy of infrastructural development. Infrastructural development. We are going to discuss, because if you look at the eastern Nigeria, it has been in a mess. Not because it's supposed to be so, but because we have not invested on infrastructure. That's what we are going to discuss. The agenda for infrastructural development, part of Christmas and New Year resolution, that all hands must be on deck to get the Alaigbo to grow again. Alaigbo to grow again. So that's what we are going to talk about. And as we are going to talk about this, I do believe that you will contribute to your own quota. I actually need your opinion on this, because your opinion matters in what we are going to discuss. So your opinion matters in what we are going to discuss. Infrastructural development in the eastern Nigeria, in Alaigbo, and in Nigeria in general. Agenda for infrastructure, building more infrastructures. So if you look at the southeastern states of Nigeria, there are 24 the year 2024 year budgets presentation. You can see that most of them are focused on infrastructure, capital development, as a lot of them are like 80% on capital development, not in the previous 30 years of bigger recurrent expenditure. So you can see that there is a paradigm change or a paradigm shift to the age-long low investment on infrastructure in the eastern Nigeria or Alaigbo. So, and it seems that the governors, they must have meet together to see that that we need to do something different this time around. I do believe that as they are also having this mindset, they should also bring the people on board. to look at investing also. A lot of the people investing in the homeland between 30 to 50% investment in 2024 and beyond. So that's what we are talking about, because if you it's how you made your mats or sleeping bag. That's how you will sleep. So over the years, we have allowed those few of the charlatans and riffraffs to dictate how we live in Alaigbo. Those who have advocated destroying the homeland, causing violence, chasing away people, and all those things. We allow them to dictate the narrative, to determine who we are, you know, to change the image of these great people. But I think we have learned our lesson. Unfortunately, we have lost almost 3 years of complete devastation, destruction of our commonwealth, and destruction of our homeland. And that's the only thing we can show for, you know. And these guys, you know, they've been in a way, most of them are actually living abroad. Instead of bringing investment in their hometown and villages, are actually advocating of insecurity and causing destruction. They thought they're destroying the government properties or all those things. They are actually doing a good thing, but they don't know they're actually impoverishing many people, because the government will not be spending money on health or infrastructure anymore, because the politicians, like Nigerian politicians, we have a good reason not to even spend on those. They keep on building new police stations, new government houses, because you have basically been destroying them. And there was no money for the common man, and even the workers might not be paid, because all those money are being channeled in rebuilding what you have just destroyed. So, and a lot of people has made our people a laughing stock. People from other areas are just mocking at us, because they think that our people that are known for their wisdom and knowledge has lost it completely. So, but I think we are coming back again. People are coming back to their senses, you know, because if you looked, okay, Chisco Group had the son has a wedding, and this in the past would have been happening in the eastern Nigeria, but I think a few days ago you saw it happening in Lagos, and most of the well-to-do people in Nigeria were there. So supposing the wedding was done in the eastern Nigeria, look at what would have happened. The economy would have benefited from it, and a lot of things would have, a lot of people would have been gainfully employed, but not anymore. Even the churches that make a lot of earnings from these weddings in eastern Nigeria, they are actually having issues. There's a lot of struggle, and we definitely by our own hand created a situation of economic downturn. So I think 2024 will change this narrative, will change this bad omen, and which actually will relegate a lot of those negative people and people of destructive tendencies and wickedness. So now we are focusing on the region is going to focus on infrastructural development. Kudos to those governors with their bold steps. I hope also that they will implement all these things, because it's always good to invest. You know, when you invest, you expand your economy. When you invest, you expand employment opportunities. That's why in Europe, in America, they have to borrow a lot of money to build a lot of infrastructures. And you'll be asking, where can this money be paid? Because the infrastructure will pay the loans. The infrastructure will create jobs during the process of building it, and new skills will be developed, and a lot of people will be gainfully employed, and government will also be getting tax from those contracting firms that those jobs are given to, and the economy is expanded. Like if you, for instance, if you have a state that has only 2 hospitals, and suddenly they borrow money to build 30 hospitals. Think about that, 30 hospitals being built. That 30 hospital, you have a lot of people building those 30 hospitals. And you have also, after completion of that 30 hospitals, you have a lot of, at least, even if you have 10 doctors for each hospital, you know, think about that, you have in that 30 hospital 300 doctors already. Now, if you have like 10 nurses also in those hospitals, you now have 300 nurses. That's making it 600 already, isn't it? And now, if you have other workers, 10 other workers there, in that, or 20 other workers in that hospital, you now have 600. So 600 plus 600, that's 1,200 jobs created already in just one deliberate action by you know, to invest. So that's what we are talking about, a deliberate action to invest, because the more you invest, the more you expand the economic opportunities, and this will reflect so much on employment level, because there will be more employment opportunities which you will not have had if you are just putting the money in the bank, holding the money in the bank, you know, not investing. It's good to save some of a percentage of your earning, but when you are having issue of poor road networks, not enough hospitals, not enough schools, not enough power facilities and others, health facilities, basically what will happen is that you actually digging your own grave, and you also increasing poverty and increasing unemployment. So that's why we are talking about that as government invest, more, what happens is that it expands the opportunity. Supposing if government invest in housing, you can see all this area. This is, in the past, the British government borrowed a lot of money. You see, all these houses, they borrowed a lot of money to build all these houses. All these houses, when they were borrowing it, I think some people that doesn't know economy will be shouting, oh, what is happening? Why borrowing those money? But you can see that that deliberate action now is, that's why people rush into Britain. That's why there's a lot of economic opportunity that people are basically rushing to see, to experience this country. You see, and this has created a lot of opportunity. You see, this is just a inner street of London. But look at how all these houses were not built today. They borrowed money for years and to build all of them. You see how everywhere is. You see the street lights, the street light. These are deliberate action by the British government over the years. After the world wars, they have no money. They were in poverty. They were impoverished. A lot of things happen. People struggling. You know, that's why in Britain, British were known for conservatism because of what they suffered over the years of wars. You know, First World War, Second World War. So they were owing a lot of nations. Many nations they were owing many nations, especially America. So what they do is that they have to see a way of changing the narrative. So they started a massive infrastructural development. So that's what I'm trying to, I want to lay a foundation of what we are going to discuss using what is happening in Europe or in Britain here or in UK here. So what am I saying is that we must be deliberate in our actions. We must be deliberate in our actions. You look at the eastern Nigeria, there is no railway. That the federal government abandoned the eastern Nigeria, not building railway, building in the north, building in the west, doesn't make us not to build the railway ourselves. We can start with the cities. We can start with the cities. We can get the cities up and running by building the railways. We can build the city, you can build a tram. You know, we can deliberately do a tram. Building a tram is quite cheap to build because you are building it on existing road. So you'll be running peru-pesu with the cars and the motors. So if we borrow money and do these things, it will alleviate the poverty level of the people. It will actually be a game changer because it will improve the economy, it will expand the economy. So building the rail just in the cities alone in the east will change the narrative. So now, if you also go far to connect eastern cities with rail, it will be huge, you know. I now use Anambra State for example. I try to use Anambra State because I'm more familiar with Anambra State and more in tune with, I'm also from Anambra State. So I want to use Anambra State as an example. If Soludo just lost, buried their father, we say, may the soul of the father of Soludo rest in perfect peace. Amen. So we are talking, if Soludo government would have started with the first year and started saying, okay, let me start with the railway. Let me lay a rail track from main market to Obunike, for instance. That will not cost that much money to put, or to Oka, or maybe the first distance to Obunike, or to Anambra State International Airport, the Chuno Achebe International Airport. If you would have started it from the first year, what happened is that within 6 months, the rail track is late. It doesn't waste time too because it's not far away. And let's say he decide to lay, put another rail from main market to Newi. So basically, it's not a long distance. So within 6 months, the tracks are there, and it will start operation within the same year. So you see that he's almost 2 years in power. If you would have started with that, no matter how little it looks, but what will happen is that the economy would have, would have seen expansion. The bottleneck on the over dependent on road infrastructure would have been a thing of the past. You have now many other models of transportation system. So you have now just expanded the transportation system. So now people going on the rail from Onitsha main market to something like Chinua Achebe International Passenger and Cargo Airport. So So within that 1 year, he has done that. So now in the second year, he's expanding it from that area to Oka. That's the target, to get it to Oka. And the one from Newi to Ekulobia to Imo boundary to almost Oga, which is the boundary of Anambra State and Imo. So now, if he would have done that in the second year, that would he would be second years in power by March. So now you see he has accomplished the second phase, of this without actually spending that much money, without not much pressure, and the trains will start working immediately. So you now have 2 lines running in Onitsha. One going towards Enugu Onitsha, and the second one running to Onitsha Owerri Road. So now, in the 3rd year, we start connecting Oka, from Oka to Chinua Achebe Airport. He start connecting this, and immediately he start doing this. What will happen is that year he's connecting Oka to Chinua Achebe International Airport at Umueri. And he also connecting Oka to Newi via Agro Nobi. So you see, suddenly he has expanded the economy within 2-3 years. In the 4th year, he start also putting more rail facilities. So that's on rail alone. That's on rail alone. That's on rail. So if he decide, if he would have started like that, so the almost 2 years of not expanding the economy much would not have happened. So now I'm talking about railway. So let me talk about health, infrastructure on health. Supposing if he has decided from the first year that in the first year is going to in Onitsha, because of lack of health facilities, enough health facilities in Onitsha, he decide in Onitsha, in the major areas of Onitsha, Greater Onitsha Metropolitan City, there are maybe around 12 major area or 14 major area that is going to build 12 hospitals. 12 hospitals with capacity of 200 beds. So those hospitals that is going to build it in the first year. So now he borrowed money for those hospitals and finished all of them, 200 beds at least. Hospital. He now have that done and dusted in the first year. So now, the second year, which is this year that we are talking about, he looked at Newi and said, okay, in the major areas of Newi, that we're going to build 6 hospitals and 6 new hospitals. So now he goes in there and start to build that, including another 6 in Oka. So now you have 12 also within the second year. So first year he built 12 in Onitsha, Greater Onitsha, and second year, like this second year, he's building 6 at Newi, 6 at Oka. So you have 24 hospitals in 2 years. I don't know if you are getting water, and all these hospitals are 200 bedded hospitals. So now, having built this hospital, he will start to and they equip them, and with other donations from charitable organizations and companies, it will be equipped. And suddenly these 24 hospitals will start to employ loads of people. Will start to employ so many people, and expand the economy, and the health facilities will start improving in the state, because a lot of people live in Onitsha, Greater Onitsha. 8 to 10 million people live in Greater Onitsha, and between 2 to 3 million live in Oka, and between 2 million live at Newi. So if you check it like that, you can see that you have around 3 million in Oka, 2 million at Newi. So that's making it 5 million, plus around 10 million in Onitsha. That's 15 million. So now you have actually start to improve on health facilities. You start to improve on the health of the state. So you have expanded the economy health-wise. And remember, people pay to use those facilities. Although it will be subsidized a little bit so that it won't be too expensive. But still, people pay to use it. So, and there are a lot of money coming through that. And also, unemployment level will be reduced, because those 24 hospitals will be employing not less than directly 2,000 people. 2,000 people. And indirectly, 10,000 people. So that's what we are talking about. So, and let me look at also if he would have started in road infrastructure when he took over the first year. Road infrastructure that he has a plan to construct 100 roads in Onitsha, Greater Onitsha. 100 roads. So now he mapped out most of these key roads, inner street roads, 100 inner street roads, and 10 major roads for dualization in Greater Onitsha. So he calculated the whole thing and borrowed money on that. The target is to accomplish them within 1 year or 1 year and a half. So that's done and dusted. And immediately he does that, he will expand the economy. He will expand the economy. There are many ways. Sorry about that. There's so much wind here. You can be hearing a lot of noise in the background. You can see the trees are moving because the wind today is heavy. It's very windy today, and you can see the atmosphere changing. It seems that the rain that rained last night will continue again. Nobody knows, but you can see that I don't know if it's too bright. So so what I'm talking about is that the first year he targets 100 roads in Onitsha. So that 100 roads, he will borrow the money for that. He will just borrow the money for those 100 roads. And 110 roads, because, or 90 roads, inner street roads, and 10 major roads that will be dualized. So it target 1 year, completion time 12 months. So now, after doing all those roads, the economy will expand, and the tax internal generated revenue will increase, because once there is free movement, the economy tends to accelerate. So that's what we are talking about, a deliberate move to change the narrative, not actually building 2 or 3 rows and people clapping. No. If you do that, the economy will take it will take 200 years to get the economy moving, because then building 2 rows or 3 rows in a city that has more than 200 or 300 rows is a drop in the ocean. So it will not make any difference. So now we have discussed about rules. I am Kodili-nye. Remember to subscribe as you are listening this. We are talking about the infrastructural development, a new agenda for the government and the people of Alaigbo, Eastern Nigeria, using Anambra State as an example. So we need to be deliberate. We need to be deliberate. 2024 has to, be a year that we will be investing in infrastructure. 2024, a year for infrastructural development. Greater infrastructural development. A paradigm change on infrastructural development in Alaigbo. A paradigm, I don't know if that's what we're gonna call it. Just suggest the topic. Just suggest. I don't know what you want us to call this. What we are discussing. I don't know what you want us to call it. 2024, a paradigm shift for infrastructural development. Infrastructural development. A paradigm shift on infrastructure. 2024. The year 2024. We are just few days to 2024. So we are discussing about how this thing can be accomplished. So now let's go to security. Security, how they are deploying the security system will not actually reduce crime so much. But you can actually do it a different way. Sorry, it's so windy. Look at the wind is disturbing what I'm doing. The wind is actually attacking my hood, So what I'm saying is that the infrastructure on security, how to invest, to change the narrative on security, because once you get the security right, other investments start working. So now, you look at Onitsha, a place of 10 million, Greater Onitsha. So meaning that the target is to have at least 5,000 security operatives. If you have 10 million people or nearer to that, you will be looking at having around, sorry about that, this wind is, I think I'm gonna be moving away from here. The wind is trying to derail what we are doing. If you have 10 million people, 8 to 10 million people in Greater Onitsha, so it means that you must be budgeting to have 5,000 security operatives. So now, supposing the governor of Anambra State took over the first year, and look, there is no point of taking away kids. Let's go for a revolution in security. So he decided, like he did the other time, one person, 2 scale, and he employed 5,000 youth. He gave them money, seed money. He can also do that on security, because security can also be paid not just by the government, but by the people and the other business concern. But it's a win-win situation, because you will employ, once you employ 5,000 people in Onitsha, those 5,000 people has to feed, they have to buy things in the market, they have to look for houses to live, better houses, they have to be spending money. So actually we expanded the economy. And because people are feeling more safe in the state, more investors will be coming. So the government will look at their salary for that 5,000 people. It can go ahead to borrow money for their salary for something like 2 years. So 2 years. So, and the facilities they need, the security gadgets and all those for 2 years. So now, other ones, the corporate world would donate some and other people. So before, you now start looking at a way to have a security how you can have a security levy and all those things, how you can get it from people, or through taxation, increasing a little bit of maybe after you have worked it out, if you raise the tax by 1,000 or 2,000 naira for each person. So now, but first of all, you do the first thing first by getting those people employed. So because people don't, we don't realize in Nigeria that you can actually borrow money to set up the security and borrow money for their salary for 5 years or 2 years. So now, when you borrow that money, the money will pay for itself, because the investment that it will draw to the place will enormous. So that's what we are discussing about. So now, if he would have done that in the first year, so in that first year, the 5,000 security working, let me give you an example of nature, greater metropolitan city. You have the 5,000, or you have 2,000 or 3,000 in Onitsha, new security operatives in Onitsha, and you have 3,000 in Onitsha and 1,000 in Oka and 1,000 in Nnewi. So what will happen is that 5,000 you have employed basically will change the narrative. So within the first year, people will start saying that this state is the most secure state in the country. So remember, we are talking about 2024, the infrastructural year for Alaigbo. The infrastructural year. A year to invest more in infrastructure. A year to invest more on infrastructure. The basic infrastructure, the basic needs of the people. You know, it's a year that we should go back to the basis. Using infrastructure as a great tool for economic development. I am Kodili-nye. Remember to subscribe to this vlog today. Remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe. So now, what I'm talking about is that infrastructure, security infrastructure. We are discussing about the security infrastructure as part of overall topic we are dealing on. So supposing he employed these 5,000 security operatives. Remember, they need vehicles also. The Innocent and other motor companies in Anambra State will also supply those, and plus the ones that will be donated. So he has borrowed money to get this up and running. Before now, you now calculate how much each person will be contributing as a way of getting this thing sustainable after 2 years, because you have borrowed money for their payment, for their sustenance for 2 years or 3 years. So before the end of this thing, you would have worked out the financial modalities for that. So, and you can see the first year he has set that one in motion. So, and in the second year, he started expanding it more and more with CCTV cameras and a lot of things, and the control rooms and all those things. He expanded the control rooms and a lot of things. And the key areas, business concern is completely secured. So the economy expands. The economy expands. So this help the economy to expand. You know, this help the economy to expand. So now, let me move to water supply. This is one of the highest failure in the East and in Nigeria at the moment. Most of the states has no provision for water for the people, and they are talking about health. You know, how can people be healthy where there is no water, no clean water? All manners of water are being drilled. People are drinking dirty water and call it boreholes and all those. Hello. 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 Don't be scared. that's a huge dog. So basically, people are drinking dirty water and call it clean water. So this is one of the greatest failures in Nigeria. In Nigeria at the moment, no drinking water. The government has failed. Over the years, in the past, Nigeria cities, you have pipe-borne waters. You have clean water everywhere. But as Nigeria progressed, all those things spoil, poor maintenance. Even people were paying, but the water are not being supplied to them. And since that time, there are increased level of waterborne diseases in Nigeria. So people are suffering from typhoid, fever, and a lot of other illnesses. And a lot of people find themselves in the hospital. Some people have lost their life because of all these things. So now, let me give you Anambra State, using Anambra State for instance. The governor of Anambra will be 2 years in power in 2024, March 2024, March 17 to be precise. So now, if the Soludo government would have come in and look at the water issue and said, okay, Onitsha has no water, that in the first year, I'm going to drill boreholes in key areas of Onitsha, and within that year, expand it around. And at the same time, building on the major Onitsha water system. So now, let's say he has in Awada, he drill big industrial boreholes. Drill massive industrial borehole in Awada that will be supplying Awada and the Uguaba layout, Obosi, part of the greater Onitsha region. And the Onitsha inland town, he drill another one there. In Okoko, he drill another one there. In Fege, he drill another one there. In Odabo, he drill another one there. In 3-3, he drill another one there. In GRA, he drill another one there. In Mpo, in Ogidi, drill big boreholes. So now he start to distribute it. He has a company that the mandate will be given to them that 6 months they have to be laying the pipeline. They have to complete the pipeline, that area, to those this thing. So within a year, the water is done and dusted. So now it's also doing the major water works for the project that was being sponsored before by the World Bank. I don't know really what happened and why it was not completed. So it will be doing that in Peripesu. That one will be like a 2 years project. But within a year, 6 months to a year, people start having water already. So people start having water because it's not a rocket science to provide it. That's why people have been drilling the borehole. Within 2 days, 3 days, they drill the borehole. Laying of the pipe on those roads will not take you more than 2-3 months to lay the pipes. So, but 2 years has gone, almost. It will be 2 years in March 17. But there's no water. And the government is also losing revenue, because if the government would have done that, the revenue from people, from the money people will be paying to government would have been running in billions. You see, and the economy will expand. The economy will expand. The economy will totally expand. So I don't know how, I just saying it in a way that even a layman on the street can understand the level of failure over the past years. Over the past years, we have missed great opportunity. Sometimes I will be thinking politicians in Nigeria, they are not really prepared for leadership. They are not prepared for governance. Because these are little things that doesn't actually, some of them doesn't actually cost money. A state like Anambra State, there are people with money that can actually support the government to do this. But the government has to show a path. It has to lead from the front, and it has to have a timeline. It has to work 24/7, and it has to focus on those key areas that can improve the economy. Because any money you borrow to provide water is not a wasted money. The water itself will pay for the loan. The water will pay for the loan. If you provide the water, people are not taking the water free. They are paying for it. So, and over the years, you recover the money and the economy expands. And remember, there are a lot of employment that are being created on that level. So within a year, there's water running. Now, before you now do the bigger water schemes that will supply, that will guarantee perpetual supply of water. So that's what I'm talking about. So I am still Kodili-nye. We are talking about the infrastructural development, an agenda for 2024 for Alaigbo. An agenda for 2024. Greater infrastructural development. An agenda, 2024 agenda. So we are now talking now about lighting up all the roads in the whole towns in Anambra State with solar street lights. Every road, every street corner, within 1 year. Supposing the Anambra State government has that plan that they are going to encourage and support communities to make sure that all the roads in the communities are light up within 1 year. Suppose in the first year of Soludo administration, he started with that policy that we have to at least cover 80 to 90% of all the roads in all the communities within 1 year. So now he has to implement it by encouraging. The government will start with the major roads, putting the lighting in as he is doing at the moment, but also encourage in every estate, the landlords, that they have to have 2 solar lights. I mean solar lights, because you cannot depend on the public electricity, because it's sometimes it doesn't work because there's no light. Sometimes some places once a month, once a week, you know, the Eastern electric power is completely in shambles. So as other power holding companies in Nigeria, they are completely in shambles. They just bring the lights before the end of the month so that they will come and collect the money for the month. That's it, and the people don't see the light. So that's exactly, you are just paying for services that are not being supplied. So now, supposing in our layout, all the streets are littered with solar lights. So each of the houses, in front of these houses, you have 2 street lights. So you have all these things. So now all the layouts and in the communities, most of their key roads, most of their neighborhoods, everywhere have lights. So you see the people in the town, because they see what the governor or government is doing, they have to budget on that. They have to have a focus. They have to have a village budget for the year, budget proposals, and how to source the money, how to encourage the people from the village to get the money and to pursue that agenda. And if in the case they can actually levy everybody from the village to put that in place. So in the first year, they have between, even if they can make a target of 100% solar street light coverage or lighting up the whole neighborhoods, they can get up to 50% or 80%, and in the second year they can complete it. That's what you can actually achieve when you deliberately focus your mind on infrastructural development. And it will definitely expand the economy. It will definitely expand the opportunities. And it will also help to increase help to increase the employment opportunities for the people, you know, because once you have the solar lights like this one, you see this one, that's what the British government borrowed money to do over the years, and they are maintaining it. So if you borrow money to put all these street lights, what will happen is that the economy will completely develop. There will increase security, because once everywhere is lighting up, I'm telling you, there will be increased security. There will be totally increased security. So look at the street. You see, this is street lights. Although this one is not solar, but some places they put solar as well, because their climate is not like ours that we have free sun all the time. So the electricity is 100%. So because we don't have 100% electricity, that's why we need the solar. We need the solar, so to be guaranteed that the light will be on every night. So now that's what we are talking about. You see this one? You see? Also help to beautify this area, because several designs of it were done. You see how, you see, that's the solar. So that's what we are talking about, and the security will improve, and people's confidence to do business in the night will improve. People will now come out in the night to go about their business without any fear of molestation. So that's what we are discussing about. See all of them. Some of them also in this building. Some are around this building. You have a lot of them in this building. So everywhere is littered in the night. There's light everywhere. So that's what we are talking about. I don't know what again I'm going to discuss about, but I might do the part 2 of this concerning other areas as well. You can see that we have missed a lot of opportunity. It's sad that Nigeria is the only country in West Africa or in Africa that whenever you are traveling on the Nigeria airspace, what you see is total darkness. Everywhere is dark. Even when you get to Nigeria, you'll be seeing a lot of light, but Nigeria, no, everywhere is dark. So that's what that need to be eradicated. So that's what needs to be eradicated, because if we don't, there is nothing that can get things up and running in. So we have missed a great opportunity in Eastern Nigeria. We have wasted 3 years, and we have paid in the hand of politicians who are using this what we have created by ourselves, because we don't need to blame anybody. People has lied, people have said, oh, Fulani this, Fulani that, but it's not Fulani, it's our people that decided to hatch the egg that is now a rotten egg. So we must look at 2024 with a different agenda, and that agenda must be infrastructural agenda, the development of the homeland. Our homeland must be prosperous, it must be livable, because our homeland is a land of milk and honey. It should be a land of destination. It should be a land of destination, not a departure lounge. Let's all join together to make it one. We have to improve everything. Everything has to be improved. So kudos to those governors that has invested, that has proposed the 2024 budget with increased capital expenditure on infrastructure. I hope that they will implement all those things, because if they do, and if they continuously investing like that for 4 years, the states in the east will change. Anambra State will change. Imo, Enugu, Abia, Ebonyi State, and all other our sister states in the eastern Nigeria will completely be transformed. So that's what we are talking about. Boldness in infrastructural development. So I am Kodili-nye. I don't know about your thoughts on this, but I want to hear from you. Remember, this is more or less an interactive session. I want to hear what's your opinions and views. Please don't allow this to be a one-man show. I want you to join. I want you to comment. I want you to share this video. If you are watching this video, please remember to subscribe. Remember to share this to all platforms. And I am Kodili-nye. And may God continue to bless you in this Christmas time. It's just tomorrow will be Christmas. Tomorrow will be 25th of December. Today is 24th. So I will be leaving you, but God is with you all the time. Have a wonderful time. See you in the next video, and God bless you. Bye.